Howdy, my name is John, and this video is the Q tag. I was tagged for this by Summer at Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. The original is by Jim's Books, Reading, and Stuff. Just to let you know up front, I am going to skip a few of the prompts, and I'm actually going to add a couple at the end of the video. Q is for quick. What was a quick read for you? A book you read in 1 or 2 sittings. The book has to be pretty small for me to get through it in 1 or 2 sittings now, because I just don't read for long stretches at a time anymore. One book I managed to get through pretty quickly was Animal Farm by George Orwell. This didn't take me very long to get through. Fairly short book and an enjoyable read. Q is for question. You can ask me a question in the comments below. I answer every comment. What is your favorite question word? I'm not going to limit this to just a single word, but as an engineer, I think my favorite question is, how does this work? Q is for quantity and quality. Would you rather read 10 okay books in a month or 1 very good book? I'd much rather read 1 very good book. Q is for queer. Do you have a favorite queer author? I recently picked up a used copy of this biography of Louise Fitzhugh. Louise Fitzhugh is the author of Harriet the Spy, and that's one of my favorite novels. And actually the title of this book, Sometimes You Have to Lie, is actually a quote from Harriet the Spy. Q is for quiet. Do you need quiet to read? I can read okay in noisy environments, but I do definitely prefer having a quiet environment. Q is for Quran. Have you read the Quran? No, I have not. Q is for Quack. Why does Pei have so many ducks in his video? Now here's the inside scoop on Pei Vio. His real name is John Duckworth, and the rubber ducks are an allusion to his real last name. Q is for Quaker. Has there been a Quaker protagonist or character in any of your reading? I don't remember a book that has a Quaker character in it. However, I have read A Day No Pigs Would Die by Robert Newton Peck. This book follows a family of Shakers. Now, the Shakers in this book are not the same as historical Shakers. However, they're both offshoots of the Quaker religion. This book I read in 6th grade as assigned reading, and I think it was the first book that I remember that was assigned reading. And just to give you a sign of how old this book is, I read this book in the spring of 1985, and the price on this book is $2.25. Compare it to Animal Farm, which is $7.95 and has a date from 2010 written in it. Q is for quote. Can you share some quote about reading? Now, the bookstore in the town that I grew up in closed a long time ago, but they used to hand out these bookmarks when you purchased a book. This one says, a room without books is like a body without a soul, and it's from Cicero. This one simply says, a good book is a good friend. Q is for Quill. Have you had any writings published? No, I'm not a writer, I'm just a reader. Q is for quarrel. Have you ever argued about a book? Yes, one of my least favorite characters is Laurana from the Dragonlance Chronicles series. And I'm not shy about expressing this opinion. And I have one commenter who is a big Laurana fan, and he has written long posts defending Laurana in the comments of my videos. These comments are very well thought out. He makes some good points, at least I assume it's a he. And if you ever care to read those comments, I encourage you to do so. Now I'm going to add a couple. Q is for quest. Name your favorite book featuring a quest. You know Piers Anthony had to show up in this video somewhere. So the book I'm choosing for this is The Source of Magic. This is the 2nd book in his Xanth series. In this book, the main character goes on a quest to find, as the title would suggest, the source of magic. And finally, Q is for Quidditch. Name your least favorite Harry Potter book. For me, my least favorite is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Just in my opinion, I think this book really should have been edited a little bit more carefully. And I think J.K. Rowling just kind of pushed this book out to get the series finished. And I really wish that they would have taken the time to cut a lot of the material that is in here. Because this book, in my opinion, is bloated. And to be honest, I picked least favorite for this prompt instead of favorite because I don't really know what my favorite book in this series is, whereas my least favorite is clear to me. I'm only going to tag one person for that, and that's because I know Beth Ann, Bruninga Sokolar, grew up in a Quaker household. So I think it would be fun to see her take on this video. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.